Hey everybody, it's Jeremy Bradley here, and it's time for the BuffRadio.com Entertainment Wrap-Up presented by Buff Boy Brewing Company.
JB's Entertainment Wrap-Up.
Brought to you by BuffBoyBrewing.com. For a great cup of joe, there's one thing you should know. Your morning brew can also be playful. Buff Boy Brewing guys make the temperature rise, and you'll surely feel naughty when you swallow their coffee. Shop Buff Boy Brewing's premium collections of coffee and tea at BuffBoyBrewing.com. Buff Boy Brewing, you can't get enough buff. Here's what's making news this July 9th. The Emmy nominations were announced early Wednesday morning. And, let me actually just stop before we get into the story. I remember something like this. The announcement of a major award show's nominees, it was a big deal back in the day, right? It happened super early on the West Coast. It was something carried live on TV, crazy early in the morning. It was something people woke up early for, talked about all day, and now, Like, did you even know the nominees were announced Wednesday morning? Didn't think so. You might have heard about it later in the day, but you certainly did not wake up for it to hear who was nominated, right? So let's talk about the big nominees this year for the Emmys telecast that you will not watch in September. Once again, the traditional TV networks have been largely shut out from nominations. It's been more and more heading to platforms like Amazon, Netflix, and Apple in recent years. This year, no different. The Pit leads with 25 nominations. Hacks has 24. Widow's Bay has 19 nominations. How do they get so many nominations? Well, remember, there's a lot more categories, and some added in recent years. Not all of them are shown on the broadcast that you won't watch on September 14th on NBC. Ding, ding, dong, which was kind of snubbed quite a bit for nominations with only 30, 11 of them for SNL. By comparison, HBO Max has 122 nominations as the leader, and Netflix has 111. Katie Couric said that she had a stroke scare, as she called it. She made the revelation in her newsletter. That's something journalists who've got out of the traditional media business do, in addition to a podcast. Couric wrote a piece called "The Day I'll Never Remember." We got some sass today, right? It was just a little bit meowy. I don't know where I am here. Tell me where I am, buddy. What did I get to? Couric wrote a piece called "The Day I'll Never Remember." Quote, "It was Saturday, June 27th, 2026. But when I was asked the month, the year, and who was the president, I got them wrong. I wasn't sure of the month. I thought it was 2024, and I believed Joe Biden was president," end quote. She said that she was in Colorado to appear and speak at a festival, and she remembered what she was wearing when she went with her husband to a hot dog stand for lunch. Quote, "That's the last thing I remember," end quote. Couric appeared at the festival. She did her panel discussion, but says, "I have no idea what we talked about or what occurred when the panels ended." That's when her husband stepped in and said that he took her to the hospital because she was, quote, "out of it," and complained of being weak and dizzy. When doctors checked her out, she got basic questions wrong and didn't even remember that she had a new granddaughter. Her husband said she reintroduced herself to the nurses every time they came into the room. She had her MIR, and it revealed, MRI revealed, and it said that she didn't have a stroke. Am I having one right now? I was just... just run with it. She said that her MRI revealed that she didn't have a stroke, but she was diagnosed with transient global amnesia. Quote, "So for me, from about noon on Saturday until at least 7 p.m., what happened will stay in a big black hole." Will we get to see John Stamos shake his moneymaker on Dancing with the Stars? He's addressed it after years of being asked by everybody, including the show itself. He said that in a new interview, he's been asked every season, quote, "I said, don't ever ask me again. I'm never going to do that show. What makes that show good is people suffering and looking like fools. They're breaking their feet, calluses. I don't want that," end quote. That's Check of Your Celeb headlines for this Thursday, July 9th. A bit rough today, but I'll be back tomorrow right here on the BuffRadio.com Entertainment Wrap-Up presented by Buff Boy Brewing Company. Till next time, I'm Jeremy Bradley.
For a great cup of joe, there's one thing you should know. Your morning brew can also be playful. Buff Boy Brewing guys make the temperature